Because when I say it to them, they'll be like, Dad's telling me to take up. Dad doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. When you guys say it to him, they'll be like, whoa. Yeah. Yeah. So like in terms of the blog, thanks for the patience. Sorry about that. In terms of that blogging, in terms of like, to be able to produce those systems, I think is really important. And I've had some thoughts about that recently, about how to get over that. But you two have inspired me a lot. Like, you give me a ton of hope there, and you make me realize like it's so important to just test those ideas out, right? A lot of times, like Henry, the funny thing about this is like I do so much of this in my classes, but I reserve it for my students, right? And you've really got me thinking, like, if I do this for my students, then get it out there. So I think from that standpoint, like building an infrastructure of R&D, so building the foundation upon which we're gonna actually make the work that we're gonna do, and then a foundation upon which we're gonna translate it, with a model in mind that if we can get a really successful blog up and running, we can leverage, and successful means we're using it for our purposes. It doesn't mean external feedback and guidance, etc. I think that will come, but I think if we attach that metric to the work that we're doing and it doesn't come quickly, we're going to quit, right? So I think that the important thing is, like, we keep in mind that so much of this is our own. What we have control over as we produce this work is our own expectations. We don't have control over the way that this will be received, right? So what I would do is I would attach the expectation that the three of us begin a deep learning process that will last for the rest of our career, to become the most sophisticated, to have the most sophisticated, it doesn't have to be most, to have a very sophisticated vision and mental model of how learning works in our classes and what that means for us and our students. To base that on deep reading in multiple fields, and to create a platform upon which we can build future work.